The bright Texas sun spilled through the tall glass windows of Kingston. Mercedes motors, painting silver reflections across polished marble floors. The morning hum of business filled the air, the soft hiss of espresso machines, the smooth jazz playing overhead, and the scent of new leather drifting from the line of cars gleaming under the showroom lights. The salesmen, all dressed in fitted suits and shiny watches, chatted about commissions and country club parties when the glass doors opened with a slow creak. Heads turned instantly. A man stepped inside, tall, broad-shouldered, and wrapped in an old brown trench coat faded from years of wear. His jeans were torn at the knees, his boots dusty, his beard streaked with gray. His hair was messy, and his eyes, though tired, held a quiet fire. The receptionist hesitated. "Sir, can I help you?" she asked, her smile uncertain. The man nodded. "Yeah," he said softly, his voice deep but calm. "I'd like to buy 5 Mercedes-Benz Actros trucks." The room went silent for a second, then erupted with laughter. 5 trucks? One salesman smirked, exchanging looks with his coworker. "You mean 5 toy trucks?" Another chimed in. "Sir, these rigs start at $160,000 each. You sure you're not lost?" The ragged man didn't flinch. "I know what they cost," he replied evenly. "Do you have them available?" The laughter grew louder. One of the younger salesmen snickered. "Maybe he's paying in bottle caps." Even the manager chuckled behind his desk, whispering something that made the receptionist look away in embarrassment. Finally, the man reached into his coat and pulled out a small black metal card, its gold lettering catching the light. Jacob Grayson, founder and CEO, Grayson Steel and Logistics. He placed it gently on the counter. "You might want to keep that," he said. Before anyone could even react, the manager waved a dismissive hand. "Sir, please. We don't play games here. We deal with real buyers. Now, if you don't mind, I'd appreciate it if you left before you scare off our customers." The ragged man's expression didn't change. He studied their smirking faces for a moment, then smiled faintly. "You just made your biggest mistake," he said quietly but firmly. And without another word, Jacob Grayson turned and walked out of the spotless Mercedes showroom, their laughter echoing behind him like a cruel symphony. 2 mornings later, the glass doors of Kingston Motors swung open again, but this time, it wasn't a ragged man. It was chaos. The dealership manager, Mr. Kingston, was on the phone, pacing nervously. His assistant whispered, "It's corporate, sir." "Mercedes North America." Kingston straightened his tie. "Yes, this is Kingston Motors. How can I help?" A cold, professional voice spoke through the line. "Mr. Kingston, I'm calling regarding a formal complaint filed by Mr. Jacob Grayson against your dealership." He frowned. "Grayson? That's You mean that homeless guy who walked in here pretending to buy trucks?" Silence. Then the voice replied sharply, "Mr. Grayson is the 3rd wealthiest logistics magnate in the southern United States. He owns Grayson Steel and Logistics, one of our largest commercial clients nationwide. You denied service and humiliated him in your showroom." The color drained from Kingston's face. "Wait, that can't be." "Headquarters is reviewing your franchise license," the voice continued. "Expect an audit by next week." Before he could respond, his secretary burst into the room, trembling. "Sir, you need to see this now." Through the glass wall, Kingston saw a motorcade of black SUVs pull into the parking lot, followed by a convoy of news vans. The staff ran to the windows, murmuring. The car doors opened, and out stepped Jacob Grayson, dressed in a crisp charcoal suit, silver cufflinks gleaming in the sunlight. Gone was the ragged man they had mocked. He walked into the showroom, flanked by 2 assistants. The once cocky salesman froze like statues. "Good morning," Jacob said coolly. "I came back to see if you still have those 5 trucks available." Kingston stammered, "Mr. Grayson, I had no idea who you—" Jacob raised a hand to silence him. "Save it. I've already placed my order on across the street." The room fell silent. Cameras flashed as reporters captured every word. "I didn't come to buy," Jacob said, turning toward the stunned employees. "I came to show you what arrogance costs." Then he smiled faintly. "Have a good day, gentlemen." As he left, the showroom was so silent you could hear hearts breaking under the weight of regret. A week later, business headlines across America screamed the same story. Billionaire Jacob Grayson seals $30 million fleet deal after being insulted by Mercedes dealership. Photos showed him shaking hands with the rival dealer, the same one, across the street from Kingston Motors. Their business tripled overnight. Meanwhile, Kingston's dealership faced online outrage, negative reviews, and an avalanche of public backlash. Within a month, Kingston Motors went from one of Dallas's top luxury showrooms to a struggling branch on the verge of closure. Half the staff resigned. The rest prayed for forgiveness that would never come. Meanwhile, at Grayson's new logistics yard in Houston, rows of gleaming silver Mercedes trucks lined the sunlit lot. Their chrome mirrors sparkled as Jacob Grayson walked between them, his reflection flashing across each door. A journalist approached him. "Mr. Grayson, do you have any comment on what happened at the other dealership?" Jacob smiled, his tone calm but resolute. "Money doesn't buy respect," he said. "Character does. Those men forgot that. I didn't walk in there to test them. I walked in to see what kind of people they were." He paused, looking at the trucks. "You never judge a man by the dirt on his boots, but by the roads he's walked to get there." Engines roared to life behind him, 5 massive trucks rolling forward, their grills gleaming beneath the Texas sun. Jacob watched them go, a satisfied smile crossing his face. In the distance, a billboard caught the sunlight. Grayson Steel and Logistics, built from the ground up. The ragged man who had once been laughed out of a showroom now stood as a symbol of humility, hard work, and poetic justice. And for those who had mocked him, it was $1 million lesson they'd never forget.